I'm Brianna. What's your name?
I'm Phyllis.
Well, have a seat.
Thank you.
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Well, before we start a session, I wanted to let you know that everything that we discuss here today between myself and you is confidential. Unless that you let me know that you want to harm yourself or you have intent on harming someone else. Another reason why I may have to disclose any information we talk about today is if I had a subpoena from a court. And then also, with my supervisor within the agency, sometimes cases come up and we discuss certain things. And so with that, that would be the only time that I would disclose any information with my supervisors or co-workers or so forth. But they are not to disclose the information with anyone outside of this agency.
Okay.
Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, tell me, what brings you in here today?
Well, it's a host of reasons. I felt like I just needed to talk this out or through with someone. I am a 49-year-old college student. I'm a junior. I think about to be a senior. And I've just been so stressed this semester. With my home life, I work full-time, and I try to keep a full-time schedule at school, and I'm a wife and a mother and a grandmother and a daughter. So a few of those things have me a little stressed. I work full-time, so whenever I'm done with work, it's like I'm tired of just always having something to do. Now, I know that I started school because I felt like I needed to do that, you know. Started school years ago, right out of high school, and, well, school taught me to get pregnant. So, I got pregnant, and it was 21 when I had my daughter. So, I wanted to go back to school, but my family life, and then I had another daughter 4 years old. 4 years later, I didn't even have the inclination, and you know, people my dad especially tried to talk me back into it, but I just didn't. I would have wasted my money. So now I'm at a point where, you know, the longer you're in school, it gets harder and harder, and I just don't feel like it. And then I have this added pressure, my own pressure that I put on myself is that I've always been on the dean's list, I've gotten good grades. But I feel like now that I got so much pressure that if I don't, when I get like which I haven't often, a C, it bothers me like for days. Like, what could I have done? But I know what I could have done. I could have studied more, but I just get tired of studying. I just want to, I want to get off work sometime, have me a cocktail, drink me a drink, watch some mindless reality TV, and just chill. And even though sometimes I do that, it's not because I don't have plenty of stuff to do. It's just me and my husband at home. I have 2 daughters. One, I'm going to school to be a social worker. One is a social worker, and the other one is in the hotel management. And I feel pressure to speak to them. One is out of town, so they call me a lot, especially the one that's local, my youngest daughter, who has my granddaughter. She calls me a lot. And, you know, sometimes I can tell her I can't talk, I'm busy, you know, but sometimes she doesn't care about that, and she'll say, like her and my daughter said, this was last spring semester, because they both went to a 4-year college and graduated. He said, when I was in college, I don't remember having that much homework. Every time we talked to you, I got homework. And they were laughing and joking. And I was like, well, maybe I didn't. And then I thought about it a couple of days later, and I called them both back and said, well, you probably didn't always have as much homework as me, because you had the luxury of not working. where I work full time, and that makes me, I feel guilty because I should have did this. I feel like I should have did this when I should have done it, you know, right out of high school. But now I'm catching up, and I don't have time for my friends anymore. You know, I have a few good girlfriends, and I used to be the one that everybody came to, you know, when they had a discussion or wanted to talk about something. And now I don't want to hear it, because I feel like I got all this stuff going on with me, and I just can't take another thing. I have a husband. I don't always want to cook for him, and I don't always, but if he gets one good meal, he's lucky during the week. And which I find myself eating less healthier because I'm going to pick up food because I don't cook. And the other added stress is that I'm a diabetic, insulin taking diabetic. So I really need to eat right, you know, and I'm not doing that now. And I was just thinking about this. I need to go to the doctor. It's my turn to go to the doctor because I need prescriptions refilled. I don't have time.
And do you feel like your health condition of diabetes contribute to you academically in school?
No, because if it did, I'd be doing terrible. I feel like I'm doing okay, but I know that I'm not taking care of myself because if I, you know, like, because my job is so flexible with my schedule, I try not to ask for a lot, you know, so trying to find a time to get in a doctor's appointment is pretty tough. So I know I'm not taking care of myself as good as I should, and I'm not eating as good as I should because I'm not cooking. You know, when I leave here right now, I'm gonna stop at some fast food joint and pick up something because I gotta go home and do homework. And I feel guilty about that sometime, not, you know, being the wife that my husband deserves because he's a hardworking man. And I have a father that lives out of town that I don't talk to him much because I just don't have the time because our conversations are so long. Good conversations. I love this man to death, but they're so long. And then there's this other thing in the background that he didn't raise me. My mother, they were divorced, was a single parent. So sometimes I don't feel like I owe him that time, but then I feel guilty about that. He's very supportive of me going to school. He just says sometimes I wish you had it done earlier, but he's very supportive.
And how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel good that he's supportive, but when he calls and I don't call him back, I wish he would just know that I'm not calling you back because we have this history of you not being around. I'm just not calling you back because I'm busy. You know.
And how do you think that makes him feel when you don't call him back?
He says it doesn't. He understands that I'm busy, but sure that wouldn't feel good to anybody. You know, not making your parent a primary focus of your life. But I can't. I just feel like I don't have time. At this point in my life, I should have been done. So kind of beat up myself about that. But I'm learning something new, you know, and even when I get this degree, I can't just quit my job because I can't. I make a pretty good living at what I do, and so sometimes I wonder, then what's your point? What's your point? And then I come back to, you know, I can always work at my job. I work at a managed care organization. We manage the mental health and substance abuse benefits for insurances, and my job is we handle insurances all over the states. My job is to kind of keep people out of the hospital. So I make sure they got the right resource. They're going to their doctor's appointment once they're discharged from inpatient, things like that. So, and I work with a lot of social workers, so I know that I can stay within my company and go further. But I would like to do work with battered women, so I need to try to figure out how I'm going to fit that in. And I want to get my master's. And I'm worried about how I'm going to do my field study and work full time. You know, I got a lot of stressors right now, but I don't know.
Let me ask you something. How is your family as far as support wise? Are they very supportive pursuing higher education?
They're very proud of me for pursuing higher education. I know that. But, you know, because I'm the parent, I'm just talking about my girls, they want their time. You know, even though I'm saying I gotta study, I gotta do my homework, or just for a few more minutes, or, okay, bye. But then 15 minutes later, call right back. Mama just wants to tell you this. Then 15 minutes later, and can Ada come over? Are you gonna be able to keep Ada this weekend? And that little girl, Ada, my granddaughter, is so important to me. So I won't do homework if she's coming over. I just get it done later. And I always get it done, but then I always tell people I work better under stress. But nobody works better under stress. So I just procrastinate to the last minute and then I do it. But it's stressful. It's just so stressful. So I just feel like I gotta figure out how to prioritize me, you know, so I can get through this little part of my life and
So do you
be
feel like,
successful.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're
interrupt.
fine.
So I was wondering, do you feel like you have the ability to say no to your daughters? To far as to respect your time?
Well, I do say no, or sometimes they get hung up on, but it's always been so hard to say no to my girls. And they're not selfish women, but I just want them, I'm just so used to giving myself, giving everything to them. So I'll tell them no or whatever, but that doesn't stop them from calling back.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
That doesn't stop. I just have to find a way so they can respect my time.
Yeah. So do you think that's something, a goal that you think you can set, far as being able to prioritize and set time to allocate for studies?
I have to figure out a way to set it, but I just want the best of both worlds. I want to get good grades, finish school, but I also want to take vacations. That's why I don't go to school in the summer. And if I went to school in the summer, I probably could be done. I don't go to school in the summer because I want to take vacations and I want to hang out. I want to just live my life. You know, I feel like at my age, I should be able to do that. But I put myself in this situation and I just got to get through it somehow. With hopefully some help from a good therapist, social worker, and me prioritizing my time.
Yes, and that's exactly what I'm here for you. Being able to work through some of the things that you find difficult in your life. But going back, I noticed that you stated that you felt guilty. A lot of times you feel guilty for wanting to have your focus on your studies. Excuse me. And what are some things that you think that will help in you not feeling as guilty?
Well, in my life, in actuality, I'm a worrier. I worry when I don't even need to worry. I worry about other people's stuff that I shouldn't even worry about. So I guess for me, that guilt thing goes along with it. I just feel like I'm not being my true self, like as a mother, as a wife, as a grandmother, because I have this here. And I want to make schooling the most important thing, but for me, it's all about, I just want to live. I feel like I'm not living. I work, I go to school. I get up in the morning, I work from home, so that's a blessing. Get up in the morning, I work from 7 to 8. I go to class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I get up in the morning, I work from 7 to 3. I leave and go 30 minutes away for other classes. So I just feel like on the weekends, it's just not enough time to enjoy your life and do school. So I'm
Have you ever
stressed.
thought about talking to your husband about the way you feel?
Well, in actuality, I think this is my thing. This is my issues. I don't think there's anything he could do about it because it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's anything, and not that he wouldn't try, but it's just my thing, you know. I gotta figure it out because in actuality, you know, when you go to school, people can help you study or they can give you quiet time, but it's all about you, you know. If you don't get it, you know, and I found that in previous semesters, because I'm so stressed, I don't even remember what I was taught in a class. You know, I'm just moving through. I'm just getting through, you know, so.
So do you find that this semester is more difficult than previous semesters in the past?
Only because of math. I have a math class, and that's just not my thing. I've never flunked a test, ever, since I've been at Miami. And I flunked my first math test. And that was,
How did that make you feel?
I felt terrible. I feel like a failure. But math is hard for me, but now I've gotten the grade up to a C+. And I'm happy about a C+, actually. But, you know, we still got some weeks left. So I think a lot of this added stress is that math class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I've never had this much difficulty in a class, you know, where I felt like I don't want to take it again. And I just got to get through it, you know. But it's a difficult class, and I don't think I've had that many. In all this time I've been in school, I haven't had that many difficult classes. That's why I put it off so long.
Yeah. Now, does your school, Miami, have resources available?
Yeah,
to
there's
help?
tutoring and all that, but I've never experienced this. But in math, we have a quiz every day. I just kind of blank out sometimes. You know, it's not that I blank out, but it's just like, I know this word, but then I get it wrong, something stupid, you know, transpose a number or something. So it's just, I just got to get through it, you know, and I'm a big believer in self-reliance. You know, you just got to get through it. But, you know, it's just nice coming here just to be able to unload on someone that's neutral, doesn't have a say in anything, you know, so I appreciate that. I appreciate coming here.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm here for, to be able to help you, and so that we can just explore some different options that you may have that you might not realize that you have, possibly be able to set up goals that you can work through. And, you know, one of the things that you stated earlier was that you need to allocate more time, being able to prioritize the time that you have now. And so I think that's going to be primarily a good tool that you can use in order to maybe alleviate some of the stressors that you have dealing academically with school. It also sounds like math is
It's a stressor.
Yeah, it's a stressor for you.
Yes, it is.
It's a concern. And so maybe thinking about maybe some things that you can do so it's not such a stressor. Maybe reaching out to some of the resources available at your school. Maybe they can give you some techniques that you can use and strategies when coming to test taking.
I know that would be helpful, and I wish that I could, but I don't. I think the tutoring is Wednesday at 6:30. I mean, it's over at 6:30 or 7. I'm in another class, and then I have to get back. So I ask a lot of questions in class. I'm not afraid to do that, and I think I just gotta. I think math is one of my primary focuses. I'm at a point, I just need to pass, you know, but I don't want my grade point average to drop. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yes.
That makes sense.
And so, I don't know if you want to be able to continue our sessions, if that's something that you're interested in.
I think a couple of more sessions. I think while I'm in school this semester, I think until winter break, I think they'd probably be helpful for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about, I don't know if this works for you, but next week around this time, that we can go over some more goal settings, and we'll just see how you've been doing as far as prioritizing your time, and how has that effectively helped you, or been successful, or not helped you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Phyllis, it's very nice to meet you, and I
Thank
hope
you.
you have a wonderful day.
Thanks.